The ancient Aether watched. Confusion clouded his ancient eyes. Before him stood four figures. Sleepy Joe, eyes barely open, clutched a half-eaten ice cream cone. Wacky Joe, a manic grin plastered on his face, juggled rubber chickens. Obama, radiating an aura of calm, sipped tea from a china cup. And then there was Mars Insect, a creature of pure weirdness. It twitched and buzzed, antennae quivering. The ancient Aether had seen it all. In his eons of existence, he had witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations, the birth and death of stars. But this bizarre quartet baffled even him.
The ancient Aether scratched his chin. What was the meaning of this strange gathering? He had sensed a disturbance in the cosmos, a tremor in the fabric of reality, and somehow these four individuals were at the center of it all. He extended his senses, probing their minds, searching for answers, but their thoughts were jumbles of nonsense and absurdity. The ancient Aether frowned. This was no ordinary encounter. Something big was about to happen. He could feel it in his ancient bones. The air crackled with energy. The very fabric of space-time seemed to warp around the four figures. They were a vortex of chaos, a singularity of weirdness. And the ancient Aether, for the first time in millennia, felt a twinge of fear. The sky ripped open. A blinding light engulfed everything. The sun, a raging inferno, exploded in a cataclysmic burst of energy. The ancient Aether shielded his eyes. This was no ordinary solar flare. This was annihilation. The four figures before him, bathed in the sun's dying light, began to glow. They twisted and contorted, their forms melting into a single monstrous shape. Sleepy Joe's drool mingled with Wacky Joe's rubber chickens. Obama's teacup shattered, the china shards merging with Mars Insect's chitinous exoskeleton.
From the heart of the solar inferno, a new being emerged. Sleepy Mars Insect, a creature of immense power, born from the ashes of the sun and the fusion of four unlikely heroes. It towered over the ancient Aether, its form shifting and pulsating. One moment it resembled a giant cockroach, the next a humanoid figure with 6 arms and antennae that crackled with energy. Its eyes a terrifying fusion of Sleepy Joe's droopy gaze and Mars Insect's multifaceted orbs blazed with newfound power.
The ancient Aether, his ancient wisdom momentarily forgotten, could only stare in awe and terror. He had witnessed the birth of stars, the collapse of galaxies, but nothing in all his eons of existence had prepared him for this. Sleepy Mars Insect let out a roar that shattered the remnants of the solar system, a roar that heralded the dawn of a new era, an era ruled by chaos and absurdity, an era ruled by Sleepy Mars Insect. Sleepy Mars Insect turned its multifaceted eyes towards the ancient Aether. It twitched, antennae buzzing as if sensing his presence. A single massive arm shot out faster than the speed of light. The ancient Aether, caught off guard, had no time to react. The kick landed squarely on his jaw, a bone-jarring impact that sent him hurtling through the void.
Stars blurred into streaks of light as the ancient Aether tumbled through the cosmos. Galaxies spiraled past, a dizzying kaleidoscope of color and light. He had been alive for eons, witnessed the birth and death of universes. Never had he experienced such force, such raw, untamed power. Sleepy Mars Insect, a being born from chaos and absurdity, had just kicked him to the edge of existence. The ancient Aether, his ancient pride momentarily forgotten, struggled to regain his composure. He tumbled through the void, a speck of dust against the infinite backdrop of the cosmos. He had underestimated the power of Sleepy Mars Insect, a grave mistake. As he drifted towards the edge of the universe, the ancient Aether swore revenge. He would return, and when he did, Sleepy Mars Insect would pay for its insolence.
Back on Earth, the situation was equally dire. Wide Pullout, his face pale with fear, unleashed his most powerful attack. "Executive Order 69, he screamed, firing a barrage of rubber stamps at the monstrous feline before him.
Beside him, Donald Trumet, his orange hair a tangled mess, bellowed incoherently. "Fake news, very bad kitty, you're fired!" He hurled insults like lightning bolts, each one charged with the raw power of Twitter rage.
But their attacks were useless. Hanukkah Cat, a monstrous beast with fur like spun gold and eyes that burned with an infernal light, swatted their attacks aside with ease. It had been summoned from the depths of Hanukkah lore, a creature of immense power fueled by the collective dreams of Jewish grandmothers. Wide Pullout and Donald Trumet, despite their combined might, were no match for its fury. Hanukkah Cat roared, a sound that shook the very foundations of the planet. The ground cracked and split, buildings crumbled into dust. This was it, the end of the world, and it was adorable. Hanukkah Cat paused, its ears twitching. A change was coming over it. Its golden fur darkened, taking on a reddish hue. Its eyes, once filled with playful mischief, now blazed with an infernal light. A deep growl rumbled in its chest, a sound that spoke of ancient power and unimaginable evil.
Wide Pullout and Donald Trumet, momentarily forgetting their predicament, stared in horror. This was no ordinary Hanukkah Cat. This was something far more sinister. Something demonic. "What have we done?" whispered Wide Pullout, his voice barely audible above the creature's growls.
As if in answer, a voice boomed from within the heart of the transformed Hanukkah cat. It was deep and guttural, filled with an ancient malice that chilled them to their very cores. "Foolish mortals," the voice echoed, "you have awakened something truly terrifying. I am Dante, the devil cat of the Ninth Circle, and now your souls are mine." Hanukkah cat, now a vessel for the demonic entity known as Dante, let out a roar that shook the heavens. The ground split and cracked beneath its paws. The very air crackled with dark energy. The end had come, and it purred,